And good morning, and welcome to the live audience to the Morning Rise with the Variable Y on 106liveradio.com. All right, had a little bit of technical difficulties there. And by technical difficulties, I really mean we had a little bit of user error when it came to the cameras. Sorry about that. Had to get them in the right place, set up the right way so that we could be on air. Hello, good morning. I hope everybody is doing well. And we are here, and today we are talking sports. It is a pre-sports day. It's a pre-Friday, so that means it's a pre-sports day, and we're going to talk a little sports today. Yeah. So one thing that I want to talk about is, guys, the national championship trophy. I just saw this. It looks like the national championship trophy that Georgia won on Monday. Sorry, Variable Junior. Somehow he's an Alabama fan. Not somehow. So Variable Junior was babysat by one of my wife's coworkers, like a couple of times, and they're all from Alabama, so they're big Alabama fans. And all of a sudden now he's just this big Alabama fan again. The boy's only been to Alabama twice, if I'm not mistaken, maybe just once, and he is now just this huge Alabama fan. Oh, Alabama this, oh, Alabama that, Alabama, boo boo, right? And I'm like, y'all need to come get this boy because I'm not going to watch all these Alabama games. Their games are boring for the most part. I'm not going to watch them all the time. But anyway, so now that's why I said sorry, Variable Junior, because he's upset because his team is no longer national champion and they got beat pretty handily by Georgia. So congratulations to Georgia. Shout out to all of you fans out there and anybody in Athens. The national championship trophy is actually going to be at the Walmart in Athens. Now, that's according to the news. And so I assume that means that there's only one Walmart in Athens. Anybody who would like to go see it in person, be our guest. It's there. I'm thinking that, yeah, probably not. That's probably not the best look because, yeah, it's the Walmart in Athens. So it's probably going to be crowded with a bunch of people who, quite frankly, never thought that they would see a national championship. Yeah, so that's one thing to look at, one thing for us to talk about. We were talking about the Hawks earlier and just how disappointing they are right now. They are 12th in the Eastern Conference. 12th. You heard me. I said 12th. They are behind such juggernaut teams as the Charlotte Hornets, the Cleveland Cavs, and the Toronto Raptors. And I know some of you are going to say, hey, Variable, but the Cavs and the Raptors have won championships within the last, I guess now 6 years or so. Yeah, that's true. But damn it, both of those teams have severely changed since those championship opportunities that they had a long time ago, and now look at where they are compared to us. Another thing that I want you guys to talk about, and I want everybody to prepare for, because it's Georgia, and you know how we are. They're talking about snow, so I hope everybody has the bread. I hope everybody has the eggs. I hope everybody is ready because they're saying that we're going to get some snow. They're saying it's still too early to tell exactly how much snow we are going to get, but they're saying by Sunday we should get some snow. So I guess it's a good thing that Dr. King holiday is on Monday and a lot of us are not working. Just a quick side note, we won't be here on Monday. We'll run a best of Variable Y on Monday, in honor of the King holiday. But it says it's an 80% chance of snow. And it's supposed to be snow, rain, ice all weekend, really. So we all just need to be careful out there. Anybody who's traveling for the holiday, just be careful because we're gonna have some snow. That's what it looks like. That's what the weather is saying. But then the sun's supposed to be back out on Monday. So it doesn't look like, if it snows, it doesn't look like it's gonna stay too long. But I am not a weather person. I am not a meteorologist. I don't play one on TV. I didn't even stay at a Holiday Inn Select last night. So I don't know. So please don't think that I'm letting you guys know, hey, this is what you should do. I don't know. I don't have all the answers, Sway. So I'm definitely not telling you guys to do that. What I am saying is, though, is like Scar on The Lion King, be prepared. That's all I'm saying. So, man, yes, let's get back into it. Like I said, we were talking Hawks earlier, and the Hawks are kind of depressing me. So I'm gonna get off of the Hawks, and going into when we come back from this break, I'm gonna get off of the Hawks because again, they're really depressing. And like I was saying earlier, I picked this year to actually, participate and to get some season tickets and to, share some bonding time with my son, us going to the games together, and it's not really turning out the way I thought it would. Like, I thought that, hey, me and the boy would go there and we would just have a great time. We would, watch a couple of games and, we'd hang out and we'd do all that stuff. And we've had an opportunity to go to a few games. A couple of games we couldn't go to, because of scheduling. There was a game last night we weren't able to go to because of Omarion. And, yeah, so it's just not really turning out the way that we thought it would. So that's very disappointing. I have to admit that is very disappointing for both of us. But you know what? Not going to talk anymore Hawks. They actually kind of depressed me from earlier, so I'm not going to talk about them anymore. We will definitely get into some more of the off season for the Falcons, which is going to be very important. And quite frankly, this may be the swan song for Matt Ryan. This probably should be the swan song for Matt Ryan. Yeah, so we'll definitely get into that, and we'll get more into that tomorrow because I think we need to really take a deep dive into that. And when I say swan song, I mean this being his final season. I don't mean this off season being where he leaves us. I don't foresee that happening unless they can probably work out a trade somewhere, but I doubt anybody wants to trade for Matt Ryan, to be honest with you. So I think we're both stuck together through the end of the season, and then after that we'll see. And so yeah, I think we need to definitely just give a lot of support and give a lot of our kudos, give a lot of our kudos to Matt, because again, this is going to be the last time that we see him in that Falcon uniform. This is going to be the last time that we have him around to a lot of you have him around to be a scapegoat. It's going to be the last time that those of us who actually pay attention to the games have him around to say, man, that was great, and thank you for everything you did. And it was a good opportunity that we had. So yeah, man, let's just appreciate him while we have the opportunity, and then we are going to and then we're going to move on. We're going to move on to a whole different regime around here. And they're already showing people right now taking pictures near the trophy. It doesn't look like they have a lot of people lined up. So if you guys want to, I think today is the last day that you can. And then after that, it goes to the actual University of Georgia, the trophy, the championship trophy that is at the Walmart in Athens. And again, that's just how it's described, is the Walmart in Athens. So now I'm not saying that there are a lot of Walmarts in Athens. So, and I'm not making fun of anybody for only having one Walmart, because when I went to college, there was only one Walmart, and everybody knew where it was, and everybody went to that one Walmart. I think we went there. My aunt took me there before my classes started the next day just to get me some supplies. So I'm not making fun of anybody who just has the one Walmart. I just think that's kind of funny that it's the Walmart in Athens. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll be back. We got to go to this break, but we'll definitely come back with a little bit of music and then come back with a lot more talk right here on The Morning Rise with the Variable Y on 106liveradio.com.
Broadcasting live from Atlanta while serving the entire globe. It's the fastest growing radio on the web. It's 106liveradio.com.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Download the free 106 Live Radio app where you can catch shows such as The Upper Room Sundays from 8 a.m. to 12 noon, The Male Perspective every second and fourth Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m., The Unspeakable Joy Conference every first and third Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m., The Morning Rise weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m., The Tanasha Gray Show weekdays from 10 to 2 p.m., The Epic Marriage Celebration Wednesdays from 10 to 2 p.m., The C. Harper Show Wednesday and Fridays from 4 to 6 p.m., Executive Producer Anthony Denard presents The Chef's Zone Wednesday and Friday from 2 to 4 p.m., Foreign Matters Saturdays from 12 to 2 p.m., and Cece's World Saturdays from 2 to 4 p.m. Catch our channels 106 Inspiration, the 106 R&B and Throwbacks, and the Epic Radio channel. Remember, download the app to bridge the gap at 106liveradio.com.
When you're unemployed, it can seem like there's no way out. But with the right tools, suddenly it all just clicks. Develop new skills and find your path to a new career at findsomethingnew.org. A message from the Ad Council.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
Ugh, what are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
What are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. It's been a long time since we've had an adventure in the forest.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
You're right. I should get out.
Yeah, the forest is not that far away.
Hey, Mom!
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Morning, Mama. How you feeling?
Great, and I'm ready for you today.
I'm checking in on you. Morning meditation?
Check.
Dressed and ready to work out?
Check.
Check your blood pressure yet?
And check.
Boom! Great job, Mom. And about those gold earrings?
No, ma'am.
Now more than ever, it's important that we protect our hearts and the hearts of those we love. Monitor your blood pressure daily and help each other stay motivated. Rally your squad to take the online pledge at releasethepressure.org. Brought to you by the Release the Pressure Coalition and the Ad Council.
Jill, why don't you tell the class what you did this weekend?
Well, my dad and I went in search of some magical minnows and found a zillion of them in the stream from our lookout rock. Then my sister and I escaped from an evil slug king and went back to my super twig fort for safety. Then we told stories till it got dark, and the Big Dipper led us all the way home.
Wow. Where were you, Jill?
We went to the forest. It's not that far away.
Ask your parents to take you and your friends to the forest this week. It's closer than you think. Check out discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Anthony Denard, always live in Atlanta, asking for all local and worldwide culinary and baking chefs to enter into the Chef Zone to pass the peas and get your dosage of vitamin C, along with some itty-bitty nuggets of what's going on around your community and in the food world. Tune in every Wednesday and Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. with host Chef Couture Smith as they speak to chefs and share their passion about their craft and share a recipe that could turn the ordinary home cook into an amateur chef.
Many of people start something great in their 40s and 50s. Getting your retirement savings on track is no different. Go to aceyourretirement.org, and in 3 minutes, you'll get personalized tips to help boost your retirement savings. That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Are you thinking of changing your marketing strategy? 106 Live Radio is the solution you need to promote your goods and services. We are offering special advertising rates on our fast-growing radio network. We can also help you create an audio commercial or a website banner that fits your business needs. It is just that simple. Visit our website at 106liveradio.com for details.
Bringing you the best shows and music 24/7 on your favorite radio. It's 106liveradio.com.
Do you want to ride in the backseat of a caddy, chop it up or do or die? Do you want to ride in the backseat of a caddy, chop it up or do or die? It was 7-11-PM, fly love to them laughs in the PM, sipping secret, doing on the tree sim, touching on my phone film, moving to the back so I can feel, beating this whole pill, speed to the phone with a slow limb, and a tip out in, sipping 312-762. 3-line connection, us the rest that wanted affection. Just bring the dream, we got the fix you need, and plus we strapped with 2 hotels. I put the phone on the hook, then the pause for a minute, cause I forgot why I met him low. And the 50 that I got on the phone, snap, not straight up, check them down. Really down to the crib we go. Do you wanna ride in the backseat of a caddy, chop it up to the sky? Do you wanna ride in the backseat of a caddy, chop it up? 725, the ride, the point, and stop the live show. 3 miles per hour, like we running up on some Bravo. Never to deny though, they all look fly low. Introduce myself, A to the K, better recognize, better loose myself, juice myself. see. As you take one to pull up, pass it to the left and them out in the back seat to take two pull, they thinking about stuffing P-I-M-P-ology. But logically, be learning them tricks biology, and obviously where.
Ain't this some pull up in the C-A-D-I double L bumpin' AC blows, they beat those P-I-M-P, and they think that automatically, cause he's a player, he gotta be foot of that M-O-N-E, but why? Cause brother be sporting nice cars and fancy clothes, fresh Georgia bowl, flexing 155, top up that paper though, watch where your lips go, caress my pillow to the tempo, it's a mental, real simple when you're dealing with a pimp though, get a bob in the back seat. That's how I be in the cab when you mess with these young lads. You wanna go on that finest pair, never miss what you never had. At last, P-I-M-P-ology, but logically, be learning these tricks biology, and obviously, well.
Right in the backseat of a Caddy, chocolate up with that. Right in the backseat of a Caddy, chocolate up.
Well, a younger brother might be having hope for grip, and they collecting no dope and tips, but I be spitting more game than a mouth full of poker chips to get them ladies with the open lips and the provoking hips, and never gotta tell them any lies. Have them looking in the city skies, get up in the kitty skies, cause I'm blessed with a look of innocence, good sex, peanut butter complex, it's a pretty eye. Pity cries on my strategy side, yo, anatomy gotta be right, that'll be the flat of me right, but if the lie in the oh, come on, do it brother quick, members I'ma click when I see what that'll be like. I know you wanna try that, to the rhythm of a hi-hat, don't be bogus and deny that, I done got a freak to let my fellas wanna doubt why she lie back. Now, can you ride that? Where your ride at? On the passenger side of your feet, trying to come up on another G. The all up under me, trying to smother me, looking never leave while I roll another beat. Suddenly, she learned that I don't deal with emotions. But when we in the room, she rubbing me with lotion. Like I like an ocean coast and have a sick, look at me and do what I click, be the love potion. The word no, it's never said. Supposed to be stirring women quick in the bed until they sick in the head. And if I ever leave whoever dwarf, they ain't tricking the fed, spitting gang to this chicken the bread, kicking them legs in the air like a player do. Then be little in a day or two. After words, I'ma say a crew. That is a pimp type thing that be knowing AK to do. Wearing gray and blue. If she game to holler, then you will play it if you hit them in to get the dividends. But you a pimp if you can get the same. Would be the one of your friends. Cause I study P-I-M-P-ology, but logically be learning these tricks biology. Obviously, well, P-O-P.
Right in the backseat of a Caddy, top it up to the die. P-O-P. Right in the backseat of a Caddy, top it up to the die. Whoa, ride, you wanna ride with me, come and ride with me, baby, come on, ride with me, come and ride with me.
Hey, this is Miss Janine, always live in Atlanta's Therapist. And when I'm not on with the Variable Y, I'm listening to The Morning Rise from 6 to 10 on 106liveradio.com.
Yes, she is. And of course, yesterday she was on here, talking right to her client. Client. Anyway, yeah, she was here with Always Live in Atlanta, who have finally showed up, man. My man was missing in action for a second. We were wondering what happened to him. Wanted to make sure that he was all right, You know how it is out there, man. People, they go into hiding, things happen, so. But yeah, man, definitely wanted to make sure that my man was all right. Very happy to see that he's back. And you guys are back with us right here on The Morning Rise with the Variable Y, 106liveradio.com. So yeah, we were talking, we're going to talk some sports today. And we were talking about Falcons offseason and what that should look like. And of course, Will and I have already talked about this, and we'll probably talk some more about it tomorrow. Just letting you know. Will and I had already talked about this, and we were discussing the fact that we definitely need to see some movement happening around the line, offense and defense. We got 7 picks. I need to see 6 of them offensive and, either offensive line or defensive line, or, maybe some linebackers or something. So we need to have the team to get a little stronger in that area. Also, we need to figure out exactly what's going to happen with Calvin Ridley. I think right now the consensus is that we can let him walk. I'm okay with that, because we need to have somebody who, and we're not, and of course, you guys know we take mental health very seriously on the show. But, it is a business, you know what I'm saying? And, we have an opportunity to give him some space, give him a chance to take care of what he needs to take care of. And then we have an opportunity for us to get somebody in here who can be a good receiver. I mean, we've had great receivers for years, obviously. Going back, going back to when Julio first got here, and we had Roddy White and Julio Jones. And then Julio Jones took over. Then we had Calvin Ridley, and we had a bunch of guys. And now all of a sudden we got nothing. Without Calvin Ridley, who was going to be our number one receiver after he's gone, then we got nothing. And can't win a championship with no number one receiver, right? Not with this defense. Not with this running game that's been patchwork. Shout out to Cordero Patterson, who is clearly the team's MVP, who is clearly the player on the team who was the number one playmaker, who could do all kinds of things that no one else could on the team, obviously. So we very much thank him for everything that he has done this year, but we need more. Plain and simple. We need more. We need more playmakers. We need more guys out there who can get some things done for this team, and we need them to go into the offseason really, really thinking about making some big time moves here. We need them to again address the offensive line, address the lack of playmakers on offense. We probably need to draft a running back. I think it's time. I don't think we've drafted a running back in a while. I think it's time for us to draft a running back and just give him the keys and just let him run the ball. And so we'll get that part taken care of. And then draft a running back, receiver, offensive and defensive line. That's it. That's all I got. That's what I think. Of course, you guys can always share your thoughts with me and give me a chance. I will put my handles on this on the screen here so you guys can see it. If you want to reach out to me through social media, then we will have that opportunity. We will have that opportunity right here. Boom. There you go. Right there. Boom. That's not what I wanted to put out. Boom. There you go. Right there. So you can reach out to me on social media and we can discuss it there if you want. Or, of course, you can always come live, or not live, but you can always come in here and go on the chat. We had a few people on the chat yesterday, and that was pretty exciting. And so if you guys, if you guys want, you can be on the chat. I will put up what your top, what your comments are, and we can discuss that. We did that yesterday. It was a lot of fun. We can continue to do that today whenever you guys want. So definitely, got a lot to talk about and want to talk Falcons. We talked Hawks a little bit earlier. I don't know if we should. It might just depress me. But if you guys want to, that's why we're here. We're here for you. We can talk Hawks if you guys want. We definitely can. We can still talk. UGA. Seeing them win was kind of unbelievable. So we can talk about that if you want. I have a cousin who is from Athens, and just reaching out to him, he is still in he's still in disbelief at just how this team finally got it done. He said, man, after all these years, after all this disappointment, I'm just so happy that they finally got it done. And I'm happy for him. I'm happy for guys like that, for guys who have cheered for their team for so many years and so many times, and the team's gotten so close, and it hurt a little bit, when they finally get over that hump, when they finally get there, it makes it all the more sweet. So when we eventually have our Falcons finally win one, that's what we're all going to say is, man, this is the best feeling because of how far we had come and how close we got and how it just slipped away. But this time, when we finally get it, when we finally get that brass ring, when we finally get it in our hands, then it's going to be all the more sweet because of just everything that we had gone through before. So yeah, we talking about that. We're talking about the snow this weekend. We can talk about your Snowmageddon stories. When we come back, we'll come back in the top of the hour. We'll come back at the top of the hour. I'll come back with a story because I got a story about Snowmageddon or Snowpocalypse. I think it was Snowmageddon. Snowpocalypse was in 2014. So I got a story about Snowmageddon way back in 2010. Back in 2011. So I got a story about Snowmageddon back in 2011. And I think it's a pretty interesting story. So I want you guys to hear that. If you guys have any snow stories, let me know, especially from the snowpocalypse. I have a snowpocalypse story too. You're going to see a pattern in these stories, and you're probably going to be like, Variable, you need to listen more. But hey, people been saying that my whole life. So trust me, like, people have been saying, Variable, you need to listen more my entire life. And if you guys know, I just keep talking. I'm trying real hard. You know, I'm trying to get the listening thing down. But as of right now, I'm just a guy who loves to talk and who loves to share his thoughts. And I appreciate that you guys are okay with that. And you like that I like to share my thoughts. You give me the opportunity to share my thoughts. And, you know, I could not appreciate it more. So thank you guys so much for that. And, you know, I very much appreciate you. So, you know, in a few seconds, we're going to go to music. But again, as of right now, we are talking whatever you guys want to talk about. We're talking sports. We're talking snow. We're talking Hawks. We're talking Falcons. We're talking the national championship trophy at and Miss Fuqua already said it, but I have to say it because it makes sense, at the Walmart in Athens. And that's not the way I phrased it. They phrased it the Walmart in Athens. So I had to say it like that. So people know, you know, it's not the one that is in I don't know, whatever is closest to Athens. Nope. It's not the one that's in Clark County, I guess. Although I don't know if there are any other Walmarts in Clark County. I don't know the area that well. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's the Walmart in Athens. Awesome. So again, guys, yeah, just thank you guys so much for, you know, just hanging out with us today. As always, we really appreciate you guys. We appreciate the fact that you guys listened yesterday. You were very interactive yesterday. We could, you know, go with some more of that interaction today. But if not, don't worry. You came here you didn't come here to work, and I get that. So I got you. I'm working today. So let's get into it. So let's play some music, and then we will be right back. We're going to play some music, then we'll go to break, and then we'll be back right here on the Morning Rise, the Variable Y, 106liveradio.com. Then after the break, we're going to come back. We'll get us into the top of the hour. Then top of the hour is story time with the Variable Y right here on the Morning Rise with the Variable Y on 106liveradio.com.
Digging in the crates. It's Throwback Thursday on your favorite radio, 106liveradio.com.
JOC, I see you. LO. I know. I'm so fly all around the world. You can get shouted all over you, girl. Shouted that guy, you can ask her. Shouted that I shouted so superb. A-E-I-O-U. Sometimes why that can't be true. I flip them verbs like a being in the bed. Check the bright latest 1 o'clock. 12 minutes late, I was on the block. Slim young child, say it ain't so. Run back here, who said it ain't low?
Just stepped out, fresh out the shower. Gotta stay fresh, take about an hour. Gotta get dressed, your boy's so clean. Both of them on, I got them blue jeans. Fresh pair of shades, house on my wrist. Sock to the drawers, your boy stay fit. I'm ready. Can nobody tell me nothing? Feels like I'm taking off. I'm so high, baby. For a shawty to break me up. So fly. Feels like I'm taking off. I'm so high. Looking for a shawty to break me up. Pack my keys, pick my toy. Top drop down, let the haters hear the noise. Hit that pedal, turn that wheel. Push that button, make it all disappear. Phone gets ringing, hit the Bluetooth. Call me on the phone like, hey, what it do? I'm coming, and we gonna take this over. Yeah, feels like I'm taking off. I'm so high. I'm top of the you hate me. Everybody know what's up. Superstar status. VIP. All the ladies come with me. Come with me, yeah. Come on in. Oh, yeah. It's on me. Showing love. Everybody is showing me love.
What she asked Phil? She asked me how's the air up there. You can catch me in the treetop. This right here's a classic like a pair of Reebok. Switching 4 lanes in the old school T-top. 28s chopping up the streets out. Set the club on fire with anything that we drop. Make the juice box wet, make the bebop. She on the handstand, man, I love the way she keep up. She can tell I'm a G, she can tell I'm a G, she can tell I'm a G, she can tell I'm a G. I got a Gmail, spend a G code. I touch it when we in the G4. $100 bill, that's a G note. You got 10 of them, and that's a G note. I check the time, ice blocks on my G Shop. You know who it is, Slim and Young Jesus.
Feels like I'm taking off, I'm so high. Tell me nothing, looking for nobody, tell me nothing. So fine, be so fine. Ain't time down, slam a young chop, so you know it's going down. Peace up, ain't time down, slam a young chop, so you know it's going down. Feels like I'm taking off, I'm so high. So high. Looking for a shawty to break me up.
Broadcasting live from Atlanta while serving the entire globe. It's the fastest growing radio on the web. It's 106liveradio.com.
Hey, Dad, your prescription will be ready in just a minute. Hey, Dad, your laundry will be ready in just a minute. Dad, your lunch will be ready in just a minute.
Hey, honey, why don't you take a minute? When you help care for a loved one, you give them as much time as you can. But it's just as important to take time for yourself. AARP can help. Find free care guides to support you and your loved one at aarp.org/caregiving. That's aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Download the free 106 Live Radio app where you can catch shows such as The Upper Room Sundays from 8 a.m. to 12 noon, The Male Perspective every second and fourth Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m., The Unspeakable Joy Conference every first and third Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m., The Morning Rise weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m., The Tanasha Gray Show weekdays from 10 to 2 p.m., The Epic Marriage Celebration Wednesdays from 10 to 2 p.m., The C. Harper Show Wednesday and Fridays from 4 to 6 p.m., Executive Producer Anthony Denard presents The Chef's Zone Wednesday and Friday from 2 to 4 p.m., Foreign Matters Saturdays from 12 to 2 p.m., and Cece's World Saturdays from 2 to 4 p.m. Catch our channels 106 Inspiration, 106 R&B and Throwbacks, and the Epic Radio channel. Remember, download the app to bridge the gap at 106liveradio.com.
Pa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph, when blam, ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
If a natural disaster comes knocking, how prepared is your family? You can't just close the door on earthquakes, floods, or hurricanes and hope they go away. That's why it's important to make a plan now. Ready.gov/plan has the tools and tips you need to prepare your family for an emergency. So if disaster shows up at your doorstep, you'll be ready. Visit ready.gov/plan and make a plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
If you're worried your friend may be struggling, remember, you don't have to be there to be there.
You can say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You can ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat on the game, kick off your flip-flops. You can ask on your couch while you binge watch.
Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and the JED Foundation.
I think it's just vapor. Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as one pack of cigarettes. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
We've all felt left out. And for people who move to this country, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Are you thinking of changing your marketing strategy? 106 Live Radio is the solution you need to promote your goods and services. We are offering special advertising rates on our fast-growing radio network. We can also help you create an audio commercial or a website banner that fits your business needs. It is just that simple. Visit our website at 106liveradio.com for details.
Bringing you the best shows in music 24/7 on your favorite radio. It's 106liveradio.com.
We don't know what we're made of. The same thing we're afraid of might improve us. Stay up all night, just lay up. Use half of this pain stuff to make moves with. Or all of it, of course. When it ain't no room in Paris, we can still fly high and crash it. Just make sure you pass it. No, you can't imagine. Ooh, it's automatic. The life we live is lavish. We don't have to be if we stay. We don't have to leave if we go. Roll some more. We ain't too high, we see eye to eye. Know you feel the rush from a simple touch. Baby, roll some more. Twist and kiss and lift it up to your vision. Got me on my knees, you're my religion. Speaking tongues all on your body, know it's listening. Tap out on you, that's a submission, know you give me. Can't let no time go wasted. This moment can't replace it. Sitting around so lazy, comfortably we'll fade away. Ain't no room in Paris. We still fly high and crash it. Just make sure you pass it. No, you can't imagine. Ooh, it's automatic. The life we live is lavish. We don't have to be if we stay. We don't have to leave if we go. Roll some more. And we ain't too high. We see eye to eye. Know you feel the rush from a simple touch. Baby, roll some more.
This is 106 R&B and Throwbacks. Find us on all app stores and like us on Facebook. 106liveradio.com.
And we're back right here on the Morning Rise with the Variable Y on 106liveradio.com, where excitement meets diversity 24/7. Thank you guys so much for tuning back in with me after we played our music. And we are back here and we are talking whatever you guys want to talk about. I just saw something and I have to look into it to make sure I am correct in what I saw. It looks kind of crazy. So, something kind of crazy catches my eye, I want to tell you guys about it. So I just want to make sure I got this correct in what I'm looking at. So, okay. So yes. So like I said, I just want to make sure I was looking at that correctly. So I just saw something for a new program where, where college age, it says children, but why? Never mind. Where college age kids are playing matchmaker for their parents, their middle-aged parents. It's called My Mom, Your Dad. And so what it looks like is these kids get their parents to go to this big house, and then it's a dating show where it's a bunch of middle-aged people in a house trying to date. And as someone who is in that age range, I guess you could say, I say good for you. Like, thank you. Congratulations. It's been, you know what I'm saying? We're normally out here watching all these young people in them just doing all of these, I'll say ridiculous things, right? Just to be on TV, just to be seen, just to, hope to get famous, I assume. But it looks like it would be a lot of fun. It looks like this is going to be a lot of fun. It looks like it'll be fun to see people who are a little bit older, people who are a little bit older, see them on TV, see how they interact, see, exactly what they do when it comes to their, when it comes to them trying to quote unquote look for love, or them trying to quote unquote find a spouse. And as I'm using my quotations, I know, but I mean, come on, guys, like, come on. Are they really looking for love, or are they just looking to be on TV, right? Are they really looking for love, or are they just looking to get famous? Are they really looking for love, or are they looking for somebody to smash? Come on. You know as well as I do. They just looking for somebody to smash, right? Like, I don't necessarily think that that's any kind of surprise to anybody, or at least I hope it's not. I could be wrong. There could be some people, and I know, trust me, there are some people out there who I do believe are actually trying to look for love. Hell, I think there are some people who actually want to be in love with Flavor Flav, but I think the majority of people are trying to get famous. So, top of the hour break, guys, and then we'll come back. And remember, I got some story time right here on the Morning Rise of Variable Y, 106liveradio.com.
106 R&B and Throwbacks on 106 Live Radio. Atlanta's music leader. This is The Morning Rise. Now broadcasting weekdays from 6 to 10 on 106 R&B and Throwbacks.
We're back right here on the Morning Rise of the Variable Y at 106liveradio.com. So, just a little story time with the Variable Y now, because we were talking about snow earlier, and because the forecast says that it's a great chance that it's going to snow this weekend. I thought about it and I was like, wow, I remember snow. So let me go back and see if I can tell the story. And I was looking at Snowmageddon and Snowpocalypse are actually both considered happening in 2014. And again, I have a story about that one, but well, no, because some people consider Snowpocalypse 2011. So I'll say Snowpocalypse is 2011, Snowmageddon is 2014. How about that? So, but this one starts with the 2011, right? So back, I think around this time, as a matter of fact, sometime in January, in 2011, let's see, there's an article. So let's see what the article, if the article says snowy January. Okay. Nope, it doesn't say. So it was in January of 2011, right? And I remember I was working at another place, a radio station. I was working at a different radio station, and obviously, and I was working there. I worked there every Sunday night, right? So every Sunday I was there and I was running the board. So it was like, okay, so every Sunday, you come to work, you run the board, you do, whatever, right? So it must have been the 16th. So maybe it was the 16th. All right. So anyway, so I ran the board, right? And so what I did was, I would be there, like I said, I'd be there every Sunday night. So every Sunday I'm there from 2 to 12. That was my shift, 2 to 12. So one day it says it's going to snow. And now we hadn't had the snowpocalypse or the snowmageddon. So we weren't, concerned about it. I wasn't concerned about it. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, they always say it's going to snow. Okay, yeah, they always say it's going to be bad. But hey, we get through it, right? Who cares? And it got so bad that my wife actually called me and she said, hey, it looks like it's going to be real bad. You may want to see if you can get off early. And I thought, well, I can't get off early. This is my shift. That I got to be here every Sunday. You know what I'm trying to do, trying to make it in this business, blah, 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 right? So me being me, and me being loyal, and me being just somebody who is kind of like, no, I'm here with the team, I'm here with the group. Even though we didn't have any shows that night, everything was in automation on that station. And now that I think about it, I'm like, damn, y'all could have told me a long time ago to go home, because we was predicting snow. They had the morning crew who was actually going to work, who was going to be live. They put them up in hotels, but they told me, I had to keep working. But whatever, I digress. Could be why they're not around anymore, because they don't know how to treat people, but whatever. So anywho, so we were so I was there, and then all of a sudden it kept, the forecast kept getting bad. My wife kept calling. No, you need to come home. No, you need to tell me you need to come home. Da. So I called my boss. I'm like, all right, hey, look, my wife says it's getting bad out here. She says that, I need to come home. And he was like, okay, yeah, no, that's fine. Just do what you got to do for the last bit of time to make sure everything is the way it was, it is when you normally leave, and then get home. Right. So we did that. And I think I left around 10. So I think I left around 10. And by that time, it was snow. There was snow everywhere. And this was in Buckhead, right there at the Buckhead train station, right? So I had to drive, and we lived in Lilburn, right off of 78. Right by the Hyundai dealership. So I had to drive, and I had to drive back roads, because obviously all the highways were shut down, because it snowed and people don't know how to act in snow. So all the highways were shut down, and so I'm driving back roads from Buckhead to Lilburn. So I got home right around the time, maybe around the time I normally would have gotten home, when if I would have stayed all the way until 12 o'clock, so I probably got home about 12:30 ish, and the reason why I always remember that story is because so I remember the next day, we lived in this apartment, and luckily I was able to get down the hill, because it had this hill. I didn't say that part. It had this hill. And so luckily I was able to guide myself and maneuver down the hill so that I could actually get into a parking spot and not crash. Right. And the next morning I had to go to work, but the next morning everybody is trying to get up the hill, but they're all spinning out. So I had to call my boss, like, hey, I'm sorry. I'm stuck at the house. I can't make it. My boss was very, very understanding, very, very nice about it. But the main purpose of me telling this story is, so, my wife and I were home, and we noticed that, she had been acting a little different, and you know what I'm saying, she she had been acting a little different. And, my wife was a little bit more emotional than she normally is, because my wife is pretty even, right? She's pretty even. She doesn't really let a lot of her emotions get the better of her. She's very calculated like that. And so I noticed, you're a little more, a little more flip of the switch than normal. Like, you turn on a dime kind of like that. And I said, I think you're pregnant. And so that was Monday when I said that. And then Tuesday we found out officially that she was. And so I always remember that, because that's pretty much the week that I found out that my wife was pregnant for the first time. So, that Snowmageddon in 2011 kind of, I'll never forget it, because again, that's the week that I found out my wife was pregnant. So that's why I remember that one. Now, before we get to that, again, thank you, my man, Always Live in Atlanta, for checking in. Appreciate you. And he said a couple of things. He said one thing in the chat, and he said another thing on in my text. So I'm gonna read them both. So in the chat, he's like, if I were your boss, I would have told you to stop answering your phone. Stop answering your phone on my time. But my boss wasn't there, Always Live. So it was a Sunday in radio in Atlanta. So the big bosses are not there on Sunday. It's a Sunday. The big bosses are not at any job on a Sunday. So I was there by myself. So I could answer my phone, read my texts. You know what I'm saying? If there was a TV for it, I could have hooked up my PlayStation, but there wasn't a TV that was accessible, because I thought about that a few times. I was like, hey, I'm in here by myself. Let me bring my PlayStation up here. And again, if there was an accessible TV, I would have, but there wasn't, so I couldn't. And then another thing, tell your wife to stop calling. Tell your wife to stop calling while you're on the phone and grow a pair. Well, I had a pair, and that's why I told her I wasn't coming home. But it turns out maybe I should listen to her, because I would have been home a lot sooner. So there you go. All up in my business. Always Live in Atlanta. And again, you want to sit up here talking about you want a Mrs. Variable. That's what Mrs. Variable does. She'll call you all the time when it's about to snow and tell you to bring your butt home. So you need to figure out if that's what you want or not, right? So that's one story. Now you want to hear the second story. This is from Snowmageddon 2014. And I know you all remember that, because we were all just stuck out there in limbo when that happened. So back in 2014, I had just started a new position at my job, and right? And so I was wanting to just make sure that I did everything right. And of course, I'm trying to be the good old guy and all of that stuff, and not realizing that it doesn't matter, of course, because corporations don't really care. Like, they try to act like they care, but they don't give a damn. So I'm trying to be the good guy, right? And I just started this new position. The position itself had just been created, right? So I felt a lot of pressure to actually be the person doing what I do, right? I felt so much pressure. So what did I do? There was a forecast of snow, almost the same exact thing. There was a forecast of snow. My wife was like, hey, are they letting you guys go early? No. We were in training. So no one was thinking about us at all. Like, there were, it was like people in the same building had started to leave, and they were saying, yeah, some of you, we need some of you guys to answer phones. We'll put you guys up in the hotel. Now, at this time, again, 2011, found out my wife was pregnant. This is 2014. So what do I have? Found out my wife was pregnant in January of 2011. So my son was born in 2011. So I got a 2-year-old at home, right? At this time, because it was January. So I got a 2-year-old at home, almost 3. So I can't like stay in a hotel if all else fails. I'm trying to go home, right? My family's home. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I try to drive home. We get off at 4. Now, it has started snowing at like 12, right? So I went outside. No. Again, guys, and this is what I was talking about yesterday, guys. Like all this, trying to, have a submissive wife and all of that. Nah, man, you want a wife who steps up and says something. You know why? Because a wife who steps up and says something is probably saying something you need to listen to. So my wife had called and I was like, oh my gosh, here you go. Being all nervous. Excuse me, long night. Here you go, being all nervous and everything. No, it's not going to snow. So I think I went outside at like on my first break. So maybe it was 11:30. And I took a picture because I was like, okay, it's just a couple of flurries. It's nothing, right? So I took that picture, went out to get those, took the picture of the flurries and then came back. And then all of a sudden, just like last time, like it never fails. All of a sudden, it started coming down hard. And, then it's like, okay, well, yeah, maybe she's right. Maybe it's time for us to hit it, right? But no, they weren't letting us leave. They didn't let us leave. She was like, are they going to let you guys leave? No, they're not letting us leave. Why aren't they letting you guys leave? I don't know. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't run anything around here. I just work here. Oh my gosh, you should leave. Right. Okay, cool. So eventually they let us leave. We were one of the last people to leave, by the way. And, and then all of a sudden, again, it started pouring down snow. And it was just so much snow that we couldn't do anything, right? And so again, another time that I'm going back roads. Now this time I worked in Roswell. So I worked right off of I worked right up 400. So this is right off of 400, the Roswell exit. And I lived in Stone Mountain. So I had to get from Roswell all the way to Stone Mountain. Started at 4:00 and, luckily I gassed up, right? So luckily I went and got some gas and then I started driving. I tried one back way, shut down. All cars, cars shut it down. Okay, so I'm like, all right, cool. And the whole time I got my GPS too, right? So I'm looking at my GPS and everywhere it says green, I'm like, okay, let me try there. I go to another place, shut down. All right, cool. Let me try here. Go to that place, shut down. All right, let me try here. Everywhere I went, every single place I went, it was shut down. So I eventually, and that was from that was at 4. So around like 8-ish, we decided, and I've been in contact with my wife the whole time. We decided, you know what? Maybe it's time to shut it down, right? Maybe it's time to just say, no, this is not going to work. You know what I'm saying? We just need to figure out what I'm going to do. Am I going to sleep in my car? What do we do? Right now, luckily there was a DoubleTree hotel not too far away. Unluckily though, everybody was there. So it's like, okay, well, let me go in here and try and warm up a little bit because also at the same time, it was cold. It was cold. And so I had to abandon my car just at any place that I could find. And right. And my wife's like, yeah, I was even online trying to help you, trying to direct you of where to go. Nothing worked. Exactly. Yes, she was online. I mean, this was crazy, right? So, and she got lucky. Her job let her go, right? They let her go early. They let people go early because they was like, nah, we're not gonna have people stuck here. But my job, not too lucky. So at this time, it's like 9:00. And there's an apartment complex that is across 400. So if you go past 400 and then you go a little ways down, there's an apartment complex right there. And at that point, I decided, you know what? I'm just parking. I'm going to park and I'm going to walk back to the hotel and see if I can actually get a room. So as we were walking back to the hotel, my wife actually got in touch with Brandon, my brother's friend and friends of ours too through the years, and got in touch with Brandon, and it turned out that him and his wife actually lived up that way. And so I was able to sleep on their couch that night. So I was able to go to their house, and I'm sure they fed me, and they just left, gave me some room, some space, let me sleep on their couch, which was very nice of them, very appreciative of them. And then the next morning I got up, and everything had cooled down a little bit, had melted a little bit. And the next morning I got up and I drove home, and even that took me like almost 2 hours, because I'm doing nothing but back roads where there are a bunch of cars that are just abandoned, right? So I can't get on the highway, and I'm right by the highway. So I have to go nothing but back roads, and all these cars are abandoned, and I have to watch everywhere I'm going. Like, you know what I'm saying? Watch out for everything, right? And then eventually I got home. And then when I got home, everybody acted like I just left. And it was like, oh, hey. And they just went right back to doing what they were doing. I'm like, you got guys, I'm home. Like, hey, I braved the elements to be here. It took me, it took me 12 hours, but I'm here. Like, I tried my best, but I'm here now. You know what I'm saying? Or 16 hours, whatever, but I'm here. And everybody just went back to doing what they were doing. My 2-year-old acted like, he just saw me. My wife was like, oh, great, you're here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you want some breakfast? Like, okay, sure, but I'm home, guys. Like, where's the welcome for, everything that I've done? I thought, man, I missed you guys. I thought you guys missed me, but no, they didn't. So that just goes to show you that people do not miss you. I'm joking. But no, I'm serious about the little tiny reaction that they had when I got home. It really was like I had just left, and they were kind of looking like, what's the problem? So, but hey, it is what it is, man. That's how it happens sometimes. But those are my Snowmageddon, Snowpocalypse stories, and I think that they're funny. That's why I shared them. Yes, I was stuck out there 2 different times when it snowed here in Georgia. And of course, me being from here and having seen the snow in 93, like I can count on my hand how many times it's happened. The snow in 93, the snow in 2000, the snow in 2003 or 4, 2004, I believe. Yes, I'm sorry, it was in 2004. The snow in 2011 and the snow in 2014. Like, those are like the big snowstorms that the big snowstorms that we had here. But I will say I will say that ever since then, I don't play. Like, nope. Y'all need to figure out what we doing, because I need to get off so I can take my butt home, because I'm not going to be stuck out here. I'm not sleeping on nobody else's couch when I got my own couch at home that I can sleep on. Like, nah. Y'all need to figure out what we're going to do, because it's time for me to go, because they're talking about snow. So figure it out. If you need to, you know what I'm saying? If you need to take a PTO day for me or whatever, that's fine. That's why I got them. I'm going to go, and I'm going to let y'all figure this out, right? Because what I'm not going to do is get stuck out here again while you jokers who live down the street are going to go home and be like, yeah, I was home in 5 minutes. Oh my gosh, did you not make it home? Oh, poor baby. F that. I'm not doing that. No, we ain't doing that here. Okay. So you figure it out. I will be at home before the snow starts. Cause I remember this is a real quick one. I remember one other time, again, trying to be the good Samaritan at work. Remember one other time being on like the emergency response team, and my wife was pregnant again. And I'm like, yo, I got a pregnant wife at home, man. I got to bounce. I can't do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's not going to be okay with this. So I'm going. I will see you guys later, but I can't do this. And my manager understood, and I went home. That one did not snow. At least it wasn't as bad, I should say. But yeah. So anyway, guys, Snowmageddon, Snowpocalypse. Be prepared, because It will get you. If you say it won't happen, trust me, I'm living proof. It will happen to you if you are not prepared. So be prepared. They say it's going to snow. Think about it, prepare for it, and you won't end up like your boy sleeping on a couch. So let's go over to break. I've talked a lot. So let's go over to break, and then we're going to come right back. I see we got some I see we've got some comments from our great people over at 106 Live. So let's read their comments when we get back, and then we'll talk some more right here on the Morning Rise of the Very Wild, 106liveradio.com.
Broadcasting live from Atlanta while serving the entire globe. It's the fastest growing radio on the web. It's 106liveradio.com.
Hey, Dad, your prescription will be ready in just a minute. Hey, Dad, your laundry will be ready in just a minute. Dad, your lunch will be ready in just a minute.
Hey, honey, why don't you take a minute? When you help care for a loved one, you give them as much time as you can. But it's just as important to take time for yourself. AARP can help. Find free care guides to support you and your loved one at aarp.org/caregiving. That's aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Download the free 106 Live Radio app where you can catch shows such as The Upper Room Sundays from 8 a.m. to 12 noon, The Male Perspective every second and fourth Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m., The Unspeakable Joy Conference every first and third Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m., The Morning Rise weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m., The Tanasha Gray Show weekdays from 10 to 2 p.m., The Epic Marriage Celebration Wednesdays from 10 to 2 p.m., The C. Harper Show Wednesday and Fridays from 4 to 6 p.m., Executive Producer Anthony Denard presents The Chef's Zone Wednesday and Friday from 2 to 4 p.m., Foreign Matters Saturdays from 12 to 2 p.m., and Cece's World Saturdays from 2 to 4 p.m. Catch our channels 106 Inspiration, 106 R&B and Throwbacks, and the Epic Radio channel. Remember, download the app to bridge the gap at 106liveradio.com.
Pa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph when blam! Ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
If a natural disaster comes knocking, how prepared is your family? You can't just close the door on earthquakes, floods, or hurricanes and hope they go away. That's why it's important to make a plan now. Ready.gov/plan has the tools and tips you need to prepare your family for an emergency. So if disaster shows up at your doorstep, you'll be ready. Visit ready.gov/plan and make a plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
If you're worried your friend may be struggling, remember, you don't have to be there to be there.
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat on the game, kick off your flip-flops. You could ask on your couch while you binge watch.
Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and the Jed Foundation.
I think it's just vapor. Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as one pack of cigarettes. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
We've all felt left out. And for people who move to this country, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Are you thinking of changing your marketing strategy? 106 Live Radio is the solution you need to promote your goods and services. We are offering special advertising rates on our fast-growing radio network. We can also help you create an audio commercial or a website banner that fits your business needs. It is just that simple. Visit our website at 106liveradio.com for details.
Bringing you the best shows in music 24/7 on your favorite radio. It's 106liveradio.com.
Got a question for you. If I let you, would you make it move? What you do it to me? Feel like you feeling me? I think I feel you too. Now I'm just laying there like, looking for response. And I know you're down to ride, but you don't belong to us. Just a friend of mine, but I'm on my side. I know it feels so good, but it also ain't right. Oh, I won't, but this ain't the right time. The damage is so far, so take me tonight. Not on me, a lot on the line. Please don't play with my mind. Oh, I gotta decline. But if I see you next lifetime, I'm with you. I promise you'll be mine. Oh, no, I can't lie. We're in the sun. Can't see the future without you and I. Knowing I want it, I love it, I run it though. Vibes, tell me, let get down. Running and running and running from love. I'm so willing to give it a try. With it, I'm with it, but I gotta let you know. This shit got me confused now, fused. Don't know what I'm gonna do now, do. I'm trying to keep my cool now. But boy, I'm wanting you now. Oh, I won't, but this ain't the right time. The damage is so far, so take me tonight. Not on me, a lot on the line. Please don't play with my mind. Oh, I gotta decline. I see you next lifetime. I will be babe. I promise you'll be
Yeah. No, young, I know how you feel. Yeah, cause I've been in this situation. This time I'ma make you mine. But the key to this, you gon' have me cheating, creeping on the weekend, meet me in the middle. I know you a vegan, know you wanna eat it, but I can't let you do it back. Ice cold. Dogs say I'ma name it. See all in your eye, know you wanna vibe, baby, but it's too late. Sweet just like a starburst, make the starburst with a toothache. In the morning like ooh yeah, in the afternoon ooh yeah. I'ma see through, charge the dude like ooh yeah. Honey, I'm in a situation, I got options. Hey, see honey, I'm in a situation, I got options. Now what am I supposed to do? But how can I want you for myself?
I won't, but this ain't the right time. The damage is so far, so take me tonight. Not on me, a lot on the line. Please don't play with my mind. Oh, I gotta decline. I see you next lifetime. I will be babe. I promise you'll be mine.
This is 106 R&B and Throwbacks. Find us on all app stores and like us on Facebook. 106liveradio.com.
And we are back right here on the Morning Rise with the Variable Y, 106liveradio.com. And you guys tend to love some of these talks about snow and me getting snowed in. So Cece, shout out to Cece from Cece's World again. like I said yesterday, you are more than welcome to come on the Morning Rise any time you would like. Cece says, oh, it's just another day. Okay, well, hey, you know what? You, again, probably better than me. You probably stayed home when it snowed and you don't play around in it. So maybe it is another day for you. Again, probably a lot smarter than I am. And of course, always live in Atlanta, again, being interactive, which I appreciate. But him being a troll, which I don't really appreciate that much, he's saying, you'll be spending the night in the studios of 106 Live Radio. I'm claiming that for you. Sir, first of all, I won't be here on Sunday because I don't work on Sundays over here. That's number one. And number two, no, sir. If it snows, I'm staying at home. I'm not playing around with this anymore. I've done it. I played around with it. I've learned my lesson. I am not that age anymore. That was a whole decade ago. The first one was a whole decade ago. And the second one was almost a whole decade ago. I am not crazy. I am not going to play around in the snow with any of y'all. I am going to be at home. I'm going to be chilling at the house. So there you go. Like, I only need to get caught out in the snow 2 times to learn my lesson. I only need to go out there and sleep on a friend's couch 1 time and then take a whole 30-minute trip, normally take a whole 2, almost 3 hours 1 time to learn my lesson. So nah, man, if anybody's talking about snow, guess what? They're not talking to me because I'm out of here. So that is definitely the way that I'm going to do this one. And of course, my wife is like, yes, that's all I'm saying. Stay home. Yes. Okay. All right. Again, it took me some time, but I finally figured it out. Just listen to you, which is what I'm going to do from here on out. So yeah, man. So we are telling stories about the snow because it is going to snow this weekend. Our jack of all trades, do it all, Nicole is up here and she is freaking out because she's from Miami and she is a Florida woman and she is not used to. She says that this is too cold. She says she don't want to do anything. She don't want to. She barely wants to get out the bed because of this weather. And I don't want to laugh at her, but I kind of had to laugh a little bit because I'm like, this isn't that cold. Like, it's been colder. Like I like I got this little slight jacket thing that I wear. I don't wear a coat because it's not cold. Maybe I just don't go out enough. I don't know. I work from home, so I come in here early in the morning. So maybe that's it. But yeah, so I find it rather hilarious that she would say that. But again, she's not used to this. She's from Florida. You know, she's from Miami too, not just like Florida. She's from Miami. So yeah, she's used to warm weather and raining for 10 minutes and then just being just sunny and dry again. And you're like, what just happened? I don't get it. And if you've never been there, you really won't understand. But if you've been there, you're like, oh no, that's just Miami. That's what happened. So that's what she's used to. So we got to get her acclimated to our weather here. We actually have seasons. Now, do they last? No, they don't. Because again, we talking about it being cold right now. I bet the end of January, we're going to be talking about how hot it is. Like, wow, it's kind of hot here for January. Man, because remember in December, we were all saying, oh my gosh, this is not winter. At Christmas, my brother was wearing shorts. My brother was wearing shorts. We looked at him and said, why are you wearing shorts? Then we thought about it and said, well, it's kind of warm. So, I mean, shorts kind of make sense. It's 85 degrees, you know? Now, me, I had on my sweatsuit, but that's just, again, that is my weekend attire. It is, whenever I'm at the house, it is a sweatsuit. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one up because I want you guys to see this, and I want to read this off the TV because I think that this is hilarious. And shout out again to our good friend Cece, Miss Cece from Cece's World, who said, I didn't know it was supposed to snow this weekend. Yikes. Where have you been? They've been talking about it for like a week. Again, this is Georgia. if there is a chance of snow, everybody is going to talk about it, because when it snows here, we're done. We are doomed. There are a lot of things that have shown me, especially in these past 2 years, that we as people, we're doomed. The one thing that has always shown me that is snow here in Georgia. Anytime it snows here, we are just, it's over. You can just cancel Christmas. You don't even think about it. It's over. So yes, Miss Cece, get your bread, get your eggs, get your what else? Get your bread and eggs. That's really what they run out of. So get that. Make sure you're stocked up, because this weekend is supposed to snow, and then Monday is supposed to be sunny. So take that, take that, and do with that what you will. Always live in Atlanta. Okay, I'll take Georgia a little cold over a true hot day in Miami or Orlando anytime. That dry heat is a beast. Yes, sir, absolutely. That and now I think dry heat is a myth, right? And the reason why I say that is because it may be dry, quote unquote dry, but I'm not. I am soaking wet when I'm in any of those places that have that kind of heat. Vegas, LA, any of those places. And now, granted, I try not to spend a lot of time outside in those places. But anytime I've been around those places where it's like, oh no, it's a dry heat. It's a dry heat. My shirt's not dry. Like, I'm pretty, I'm pretty soaked in this thing. One of these days, I'm gonna tell you guys a story. Speaking of Vegas, one of these days, I'm gonna tell you guys a story about how I almost died in Vegas. On my 10th anniversary trip, I almost died in Vegas, and I think that's a really fun story for me. Anyway, I survived, so here I am. So I can tell that story, and I think it's funny. But I hope you guys will think that one's funny too, because that was not a good plan by your man, the Variable Y, when it comes to that. That's a good point. My wife was like, you say that because you don't have hair. That's true. I don't have hair. So I don't know what the struggle is of you people who are blessed with these follicles. You because I'm follically challenged. I don't know what the struggle is to have hair. I don't know what it does. I don't know what it does when it gets wet. I don't know what it does when it's dry. I don't know what it does when there's a heat, dry heat, wet heat, whatever kind of heat. Here heat, there heat, everywhere heat. I don't know, because I don't have it. So I don't know what y'all is talking about when you talk about hair. Haven't had hair in a long time. long time. And so apparently my mother's father was a bald man too, because all the males on my side, all the males on my side, we kind of all look like this. And I've got one male cousin who is my first cousin, who is 24. Man, we traumatized him when we were all around, and we were just talking. This is after my aunt passed, and we were all just sitting around talking. And of course, you kind of want to make the mood light because of tragic things that are happening. And so I was looking at him. I'm like, man, hey man, you better appreciate that hair that you got on top of your head right now, because it's not always going to be there. And so we just started letting him know about about how much time passes between the time you hit 25 and the time your hair goes, at least in our family. For me, 25 was about that time when I started noticing that it started getting a little thin. It started getting a little thin. If you guys know who Mike Tirico is, then I was kind of looking like Mike Tirico. I was like, what's happening? What's happening right up in here? And so anyway, I had to let my cousin know that, hey man, you better be happy. You better cherish that hair now, because in a few years, my friend, it ain't gonna be there. I think I really traumatized him. Well, I think we really traumatized him. Got to tell him the truth, though. Hey, I mean, that's what happens. It ain't always going to be there. So I say all of that to say, you're right. I don't know what the struggle is like for those of you with hair and in those different types of heat, dry heat, wet heat, whatever. I don't know. And I wish you all well, because, hey, You could be in my situation. So, and I'm sure you don't want to be. So keep the hair you have and enjoy it while you can. All right, people, we are going to do one more song, and then we're going to hit that break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to wrap this thing up. So let's go ahead and, like I said, let's go ahead and go to music, and then we'll be right back right here on The Morning Rise with The Variable Y on 106liveradio.com.
Broadcasting live from Atlanta while serving the entire globe. It's the fastest growing radio on the web. It's 106liveradio.com.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking. Now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Download the free 106 Live Radio app where you can catch shows such as The Upper Room Sundays from 8 a.m. to 12 noon, The Male Perspective every second and fourth Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m., The Unspeakable Joy Conference every first and third Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m., The Morning Rise weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m., The Tanasha Gray Show weekdays from 10 to 2 p.m., The Epic Marriage Celebration Wednesdays from 10 to 2 p.m., The C. Harper Show Wednesday and Fridays from 4 to 6 p.m., Executive Producer Anthony Denard presents The Chef's Zone Wednesday and Friday from 2 to 4 p.m., Foreign Matters Saturdays from 12 to 2 p.m., and Cece's World Saturdays from 2 to 4 p.m. Catch our channels 106 Inspiration, 106 R&B and Throwbacks, and the Epic Radio channel. Remember, download the app to bridge the gap at 106liveradio.com.
When you're unemployed, it can seem like there's no way out. But with the right tools, suddenly it all just clicks. Develop new skills and find your path to a new career at findsomethingnew.org. A message from the Ad Council.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
Ugh, what are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
What are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. It's been a long time since we've had an adventure in the forest.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
You're right. I should get out.
Yeah, the forest is not that far away.
Hey, Mom!
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Morning, Mama. How you feeling?
Great, and I'm ready for you today.
I'm checking in on you. Morning meditation?
Check.
Dressed and ready to work out?
Check.
Check your blood pressure yet?
And check.
Boom! Great job, Mom. And about those gold earrings.
No, ma'am.
Now more than ever, it's important that we protect our hearts and the hearts of those we love. Monitor your blood pressure daily and help each other stay motivated. Rally your squad to take the online pledge at releasethepressure.org. Brought to you by the Release the Pressure Coalition and the Ad Council.
Jill, why don't you tell the class what you did this weekend?
Well, my dad and I went in search of some magical minnows and found a zillion of them in the stream from our lookout rock. Then my sister and I escaped from an evil slug king and went back to my super twig fort for safety. Then we told stories till it got dark, and the Big Dipper led us all the way home.
Wow. Where were you, Jill?
We went to the forest. It's not that far away.
Ask your parents to take you and your friends to the forest this week. It's closer than you think. Check out discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Anthony Denard, always live in Atlanta, asking for all local and worldwide culinary and baking chefs to enter into the Chef Zone to pass the peas and get your dosage of vitamin C, along with some itty-bitty nuggets of what's going on around your community and in the food world. Tune in every Wednesday and Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. with host Chef Couture Smith as they speak to chefs and share their passion about their craft and share a recipe that could turn the ordinary home cook into an amateur chef.
Many of people start something great in their 40s and 50s. Getting your retirement savings on track is no different. Go to aceyourretirement.org, and in 3 minutes, you'll get personalized tips to help boost your retirement savings. That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Are you thinking of changing your marketing strategy? 106 Live Radio is the solution you need to promote your goods and services. We are offering special advertising rates on our fast-growing radio network. We can also help you create an audio commercial or a website banner that fits your business needs. It is just that simple. Visit our website at 106liveradio.com for details.
Bringing you the best shows and music 24/7 on your favorite radio. It's 106liveradio.com.
No sweet. No switch.
That's right, people. You know what happens when that music plays. That means it's time for us to say goodbye. Before we go, I definitely want to get into some of this 106 Live chat from our 106 Live people. Cece says, hair is too hot for the heat. Too hot in the heat. I have to take your word for it, ma'am. I have no idea. I haven't had hair since you were born. So I don't know. My man always live in Atlanta say, yes, sir. I remember my wavy hair days in junior high school and high school. I tell both of my sons to cherish those wave caps and wave brushes. Those days will be gone real soon. Sounds like hating to me. And then Cece said, I need proof of the wavy hair days. Me too, because I'm not believing that. I'm not believing he had wavy hair. He might have had hair. I'm not believing he had wavy hair. Although, I don't know. I feel like there may be a Jerry curl. Call me crazy. I feel like there's some Jerry curl going on. My man always live in Atlanta. I don't know why, but I feel like not just that. I also feel like he might have been a part of an aspiring R&B group, and I think that he was like the El DeBarge of the family. So he was the one with the dripping Jerry curl, like the soul glow was all in him. I feel that in my heart. I don't know if that's true, but I feel it in my heart. But anyway, guys, again, another great show. Another time that I thank you all so much for joining us. And another time that we're here to do shout outs. Shout out to Mama and Papa Variable. Thank you guys so much. Love you. Thank you for everything you do. Shout out to Brother and Sister Variable. Thank you. Shout out to Mrs. Variable and Variable Children. Shout out to you guys who are out here interactive on the chat. CC and Miss Fuqua and my man Always Live in Atlanta. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and being a part of the show. I really appreciate it. You guys keep it going. Shout out to the others who are listening, who are live, but who cannot interact, but I still appreciate you. Shout out to Trey, Will, Dion, Brandon, Eric, Ben, Sakita. Shout out to all of you guys. Remember, Will is going to be on tomorrow. We are going to talk sports. We are going to deep dive into sports. No talk about snow days, anything like that, guys. Nothing but sports tomorrow. So tune in for it, and we're going to talk about it. We are going to get into the Georgia Bulldogs when he and I said that Kirby probably couldn't do it, and he did. We got to come on and give him his credit for that. And hopefully Will go scorched earth on these Hawks, and maybe they can turn it around, because right now it is not looking good. So, but of course, do not forget tonight from 7 to 9, we've got the Bridge Club crew right here on 106liveradio.com, and they are going to, get you guys all the ideas about entrepreneurship and anything else that you guys need. They have got you taken care of there. We got all kinds of stuff here. And I keep mentioning CC. Don't forget to catch CC's World every Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. And I keep mentioning my man Always Live in Atlanta. Don't forget to catch the Chef's Zone every Wednesday and Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. So, all that love that they're showing, we got to show the love back. And remember, guys, definitely check out their shows, because they've got great guests and they got great things going on. They're just great shows all the way around. Very, very much appreciate those guys. All right, people, that is my time. The Tinashe Gray Show is up next, and we will be back tomorrow on a Freedom Friday. Remember, love yourself, respect yourself. 2 reasons. Number 1, you deserve it. Number 2, when you love and respect yourself, you love and respect others. I'm gone. Peace.
And I'ma keep running 'cause the love is. She let me keep 'cause she love.